Hello students, a very good morning to all of you. This is Dinesh Mehbubani in the video lecture series of Numerical Methods in Chemical Engineering. In this subject, we have completed 3 chapters. Which chapters we have completed? We have completed unit number 1, that was errors and approximations. Then we studied about the solution of algebraic and transcendental equations. After that, we started chapter number 4, that was curve fitting. From today, we are going to start a new chapter, unit number 5, and the name of that unit is Finite Differences and Interpolation. Now, first of all, you might be wondering that what is the meaning of finite differences, what is the meaning of interpolation. So, let us start from interpolation. See, what is the meaning of interpolation? I have written the definition here. It is the process to determine the values of the function for the intermediate values of a variable from the given set of data. See, this is about definition, but to understand this, see, let us consider a set of values. For example, the set of values for x and y are given like this. The values of y is equal to f of x are also given. The values of x are given, then values of y is equal to f of x are also given. Okay, from this given set of data, if we want to find the function value in the sense we want to find the value of y, for the intermediate values of a variable, now we will consider the variable as x. If we want to find the values in this range, okay, what is the given range of x? The given range of x is 0 to 2.5. Some values are directly given. For example, the value for 0 is given, 0.5 is given. But what if I want to find any function value for the intermediate value? For example, I want to find the value of y for x is equal to 0.75. So for that purpose, for example, if I want to find the value of y for x is equal to 1.2, these all values are known as the intermediate values, right? For these intermediate values of the variable, if we want to find the function value, then we have to use interpolation. So this is the example of interpolation, that where what is actually interpolation, right? Fine. Say there is one more term included in this, that is extrapolation. Now what is the meaning of extrapolation? If we want to find the function value for the value of x that is located outside the given interval, right? For example, the outside the given range means what? If the value of x lies between 0 to 2. And if I want to find the function value, if I want to find the value of y for x is equal to -1 or x is equal to 2.5, 2.8. So outside that given range, okay, if I want to find the value of function, the value of x outside the given range is known as extrapolation, as the name suggests, okay. See, but it is not in our syllabus, we have to study interpolation. To understand interpolation, one concept is very much important, and that concept is finite differences. Let us start that. There are basically 3 types of finite differences: forward difference, backward difference, and central difference. But to understand this, let us consider a function. A function y is equal to f of x is given, and some values are also given for x and y, okay. See, this is the value of x, so I am writing it x0, x1, x2, x3 and so on. On this curve, see, on this curve these are the values of y. So y0, y1, y2 and y3 respectively, okay. See, here you can see the difference in the values of x is same. If I am considering the difference between the values of x as fixed, interval size, that is known as interval size, here I have mentioned h, and h is interval size, the values, the difference between the values of x is same, so the interval size is fixed. For example, if I want to find x1, how I can find x1? See, x1 can be found by adding h in x0. Similarly, x2 can be found by adding h in x1. So in this way, there is a difference of h between the two values of x. Okay. Now, what is the meaning of forward difference? If I am taking the difference of y values, okay, then it is termed as forward difference. But before that, it is given that we are considering one y is equal to f of x. It is tabulated for equally spaced arguments. Here x is known as argument. Initial value is x0. By adding h in x0, I will get x1. By adding 2h in x0, I will get x2, and so on up to x0 plus nh. And for that, we are having the function values like y0, y1, y2, y3, and so on. The difference is known as the interval of difference, or it is known as the size of the interval. The size of the interval is fixed, h. Okay. And operator del operator is defined by the difference in the values of y. For example, see here you can see in del y0, I have taken the difference of y1 and y0. So you have to write here y1 minus y0. If it is del y1, then you can write y2 minus y1. If it is del y2, then you have to write y3 minus y2. So in general, if you want to write the formula, it can be written as del yn is equal to yn plus 1. So next value minus present value, right? Yn plus 1 minus yn. Fine. So in this way, we can find the forward difference. It is the difference of the values of y, function values, right? So in general, this is my general formula to find the first forward difference. Del yn is equal to yn plus 1 minus yn. See, if I want to find the higher order differences, now which are the higher order differences? Like del square, del cube, del raised to 4. If I want to find the differences, then I can find like this. These are the differences. I have to, if I am finding the difference, second order difference, then I have to take the difference of the first order difference. Like if I am finding del square, then I have to take the difference of del y1 minus del y0. Right, if I am finding del square y1, then I can write del y2 minus del y1. Okay, so in general I can write del square yn is equal to the next value minus present value. So del yn plus 1 minus del yn. So in general, if I want to find any forward difference, right, any nth forward difference, then how I can find? If I want to find del raised to 4, okay, if I want to find the difference of del raised to 4, how I can find? See, here I is there and here I minus 1 is there. So if I am taking here 4, so the difference is I have to take off del cube. So it can be written as del cube yn minus 1 minus del cube yn. So in this way we can find the forward differences. Del operator is used to mention the forward difference. Okay. Okay, on the basis of this we can draw the forward difference table. How we can draw the forward difference table? See, here I have shown a forward difference table in which the first column is argument. Argument is nothing but our x. X is known as argument. This is the function value. First difference, second order difference, third order difference, fourth order difference, and so on. Okay, these are the values of x. x0 will be given and value of h will be given. By adding h in x0, I will get x1. Then again adding h in x1, right, I will get x2, x3, x4, and so on. And these are the function values. Okay, how I can write the forward differences? See, this is the first forward difference. How I can write del y0? It can be found by taking difference y1 minus y0. So it is written like this. So it can be written like this, y1 minus y0. What is my del y1? So del y1 can be written as y2 minus y1. This is y3 minus y2, y4 minus y3, y5 minus y4 and so on. Similarly, del square y0, it is the second order difference and we have to write in between of these two. इन दोनों के बीच में ये वैल्यू लिखनी है, ठीक है. Between these two values I have to write here. And how I can find this? By taking difference of this value and this value. So I can write del square y0. What is our del square y0? So del square y0 I can write as del y1 minus del y0. Similarly, this can be written as del y2 minus del y1 and so on. Similarly, if I want to find the third order difference. Similarly, if I want to find the third order difference, then I have to take the difference of the second order differences. So I can write here del square y1 minus del square y0. See, next type of difference is backward difference. Again, we are considering the function values for different values of x, like x0, x1, x2, x3. We are having different values of y, like y0, y1, y2, y3 and so on. And here we have to define one new operator that is known as nebula. Here the opposite delta, the inverse delta is known as nebula. Actually, it is known as nebula, right? How I can find the differences? See, we have to start the nebula operator values by nebula y1. So how I can write nebula y1? So it can be written as y1 minus y0, present value minus previous value. Again nebula y2, present value is y2, previous value is y1. So it is written as y2 minus y1. So again nebula y3 is equal to y3 minus y2. And in general, if I want to write, then it can be written as nebula yn is equal to yn minus 1. Okay, and this nebula is also known as the backward difference operator. Okay, see, we have obtained the first backward difference, that is written as nebula yn is equal to yn minus 1. Similarly, we can find the second backward difference by taking the difference of the first backward difference. So it can be written as nebula square y2 is equal to nebula y2 minus nebula y1. See, you have to remember present value minus previous value. If you are writing for y2, then it will start from y2. Okay, so if I am writing for nebula square y3, then it can be written as nebula y3 minus nebula y2. So in general, if I want to write the formula for second order backward difference, then it can be written as nebula yn minus nebula yn minus 1. But in general, if I want to write, then it can be written like this: nebula raised to I yn is equal to nebula I minus 1. So the order has been reduced, right? Nebula, for example, if I am writing for nebula raised to 4, then I have to take the difference of nebula raised to cube. And if I am writing for yn, so first value will be yn and the second value will be yn minus 1. Fine. Here I have drawn the backward difference table. The first two arguments, the first two columns are same here. See, you can see. See, first of all, the column x is there, then y. These values will be given. We have to just write this x0, x1, x2, x3 and so on. And y0, y1, y2, y3 and so on. This is the first backward difference. It will start from nebula y1. Remember, it will start from nebula y1. As we go further, we have to reduce the value from top, right? For example, here y0 has been neglected. In second, y1 will be neglected. In third, y2 is neglected, so we have to directly start from y3. In fourth, y3 is neglected, so we have to start from y4. In fifth, y4 is neglected, so I have to write from y5, right? So here y0 is neglected first, we have to start from nebula y1 up to nebula y5. Again y1 is neglected, so nebula square y2 and so on, nebula cube y3, nebula raised to 4 y4, nebula raised to 5 y5. See, these are the expressions for the backward difference table that you have to remember. The things are same. We are taking the difference from y1 minus y0 only, the higher value minus lower value. the upper value minus lower value, right? So if I want to find nebula y1, it can be written as y1 minus y0. Only the expression is changing. Rest of the things are same. Similarly, if I want to find nebula y2, then I have to take the difference of y2 minus y1. So it will be written as y2 minus y1. This is written as y3 minus y2, y4 minus y3 and y5 minus y4. Similarly, if I want to write the value of nebula square y2, then nebula y2 minus nebula y1, this value minus this value. So in this way we can write the values in the backward difference table, right? And the last type of difference is central difference. As the name suggests, we are taking the center value, right? And it is denoted by delta. So operator delta can be defined like this. We have to start from delta y 1 by 2. See, here we have written delta y 1 by 2. Why 1 by 2? Because first value is 0, second value is 1. We have to take the mid value, and mid value will be 0 plus 1 by 2, that is 1 by 2. Again my second value is 1 and third value is 2, so 1 plus 2 by 2, that is 3 by 2, so I have written here 3 by 2. And in general, if I want to write, the differences are same. You can see we are taking the difference as common, right? y1 minus y0 only we are taking, but only expression is changing. Here this y1 minus y0 has been given name as delta y 1 by 2. Similarly, y2 minus y1 for central difference is delta y 3 by 2. So in general, if I want to write, it can be written as delta yn minus 1 by 2, yn minus 1. So if I am writing for n is equal to 3, right? For example, I am writing for n is equal to 3. So if I am placing n is equal to 3 here, then it will be delta 5 by 2. So it can be written like this, y3 minus y2. Okay, because n is equal to 3 and n minus 1 will be 2, so y3 minus y2. So in this way we can write the central differences. Okay, and if I want to find the higher order central differences, then again I have to take the difference. Okay, this will be clearly understood with the help of this central difference table. See, this is a central difference table. Okay, this is the value of x, y. So x0, x1, x2, x3 up to xy, then values of y. Then here again, if I want to find the difference, so I have to take the difference of y1 and y0, so I can write y1 minus y0, but the name of this expression is given delta y 1 by 2. Then again mid value of this, right? Mid value, so 7 by 2, mid value 9 by 2. Again, if I am taking the second difference, second central difference, then here 1 is written. Why 1? Because mid value of this. See how I can write here delta square y1. See, delta square y1. Why we are writing this? Because we have to take the mid value of these two. See, mid value of these two will be 3 by 2 plus 1 by 2 divided by 2. So I can write here 3 by 2 plus 1 by 2 is 2, 2 by 2, so it is 1. Okay. Then 2, 3, 4. Again mid value will be 1 plus 2 by 2, that is 3 by 2. Again 5 by 2, 7 by 2, then again mid value. So in this way you can draw the central difference table and you can write the expressions. Okay, so this is about the different type of finite differences. First one was forward difference, second one was backward difference, and the third one was central difference. In the next lecture we will start different interpolation techniques. I hope it is clear to everyone. Good day, bye bye.